Hello, my art-loving friends. I have been gone from my house for just over a month. I am back and it feels great. And some of you have been busy. I went to my P.O. box. I have a couple of fun gifts from you guys that I'd like to show you, plus a gift from Paul Rubens that I'll show you. And in this video, I'll show you what I got up to for World Watercolor Month, the whole month of July. Let's start with the products that companies have sent me. So Paul Rubens sent me their new floral watercolor set. And the reason I said yes to this, because I just received their 5th generation that I did share with you in a video, which I'll link in the corner, is because out of these 24 colors, 17 of these are different than the ones that came in that 5th generation set, supposedly. So while we won't explore this today, I did want to show you that I have it, and we will be exploring it in an upcoming video because I think it's going to be fun to explore what those 17 new colors are. Fumui also sent me a new brush set to try. Now, I bought their brush set all on my own in the beginning, and I have raved about it in all of my wish list videos, Christmas to get videos, because I love their brush sets. And so this one is a set of 4. The previous one I have, which I may have, no, right here with me, here, is a set of 3 round brushes. And this is the one I always tout in those videos because I love it, even though I don't have the screw-on lids on this. This is the original snap-on lids, so they don't stay as well as the screw-on lids. They sent me this because these are different styles of brushes, which I think I'll probably share at the same time we look into this floral set. So this may be a combined video coming up, because I know I'm probably gonna love these brushes. And then what did you guys oh so generously send me while I was gone? A cadmium yellow primrose by Core. This was such a lovely surprise in my P.O. box when I got back, because it is one that I didn't think to replenish before I started my permanent no-buy. I will link that video in the corner in the description box below in case you don't know about my permanent no-buy. But it was a yellow that I loved, and yes, I forgot to replenish it before my no-buy, and somebody sent one to me, so thank you so much. That is so generous, so sweet, so kind. I'll be able to refill my cadmium yellow primrose, which is a PY35, and perhaps in an upcoming video we can compare some PY35s to see which one we like the best. I know already that I really like this one. And then last year for World Watercolor Month, someone anonymously sent me the pouch for World Watercolor Month. And here it is. I was wrong. It was from 2022 that they sent it to me anonymously, but I did find out who it was later. I got to thank her, and it was very kind. So you can see I'm using this one. What I currently have in it are my Stabilo Woodies. These are really fun, kind of like water-soluble crayons, just super chunky. I don't know. It's like being a kid again to play with those, and that was a gift from someone as well. But anyway, I was sent this, and again, someone, I don't know if it's the same person yet because I just got this today, so I haven't been able to send off any emails, but I received the pouch again, and you can see the size difference, right? Look at that. Quite a big size difference. So what I'm wondering is if an A4 sketchbook will fit in here. So let me grab one and we'll find out. I'm trying this for the first time with you guys, and I'm just suspecting that it won't fit. This is my Hanamule A4 sketchbook, and while it looks like maybe it kind of fits in the footprint, I think the zipper will prevent it from going in. But that's okay, because an A4 sketchbook is a huge size to try and bring with you. Yeah. It won't go in with the zipper constrictions. But like I said, that's just fine because this would be huge to travel with. So let's try something else. I have this Caddy Fat book here with me. This is 8 inches square, approximately 8.25. And that goes in okay. Sorry about all the cat hair on the edge there. It would zip, but it would be tight. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe a 5x7 sketchbook or a 7x10 sketchbook would work really well in this. But I'm excited because it's so much bigger than the others. Could actually use this as a travel pouch. and kind of one that you could take a little bit larger supplies with. So you can see I just put this huge Caran d'Ache gouache palette in there, and this thing is 11 inches by 4.5 inches. So that's a large size to fit in here, and it fit really good the first time, but now I can't seem to get it in there. There we go. Fit really good. Here's that new palette, which holds 24 colors, and that fits just fine. Plus you probably have room for your water jars or water brushes. So we will explore this again too in the future, because I will be doing more traveling, I'm sure, even though I just got back from a month of being gone. So thank you so much for these generous gifts from the individuals who sent me this and this. They are treasured. I tell you, the things you guys send me for some reason mean more to me than anything I buy myself, and I really appreciate it. And thank you also to the companies who have sent me these. I'm going to be excited to try those out. And now I'll show you what I got up to for World Watercolor Month for the last 31 days in July. So this is the One Color a Day book by Courtney Cerruti, and I will put a link for this in the box below. However, I do want to warn you, this book says it is for watercolor and watercolor journaling, and watercolor does not do okay on this paper. You can use it, it's not great. What does work good in this book are things like gouache, markers, and that kind of media. So there's some descriptions in the beginning on how you might want to go ahead and using this book, and some techniques, and then you can start right in. So the idea is that you're supposed to do one color a day, but that's not how I used this book. I used this as one page a day, because I was not content with just one little color a day. Once I got my supplies out, I wanted to just play. So this was my core mini palette. Here it is. I did this the day I left for over a month. So that morning I pulled this out, played with the colors, and you can see that it just doesn't deal with watercolor that well. It makes the paper kind of look strange. It's kind of neat though at the same time. But what did work better was the Caran d'Ache gouache. You can see that here, and how it didn't really tear up the paper as much, and the color looks more vibrant and correct. Looks like my hands are really dirty, doesn't it? Probably because I've been working today outside on things. Day 3, I played with my Marie's Masters watercolors, which will be a video coming up hopefully next week or in the next couple of weeks, because they were sent to me by Lightwish, and I'm really excited to try them actually. And I was really inspired by all the greens I saw in Montana that day. So this is on my travels. Everything from here on out is on my month-long trip away from home. 4th of July, I used my Daniel Smith gouache. My Daniel Smith gouache is only red, white, blue, and yellow. So it was perfect for the 4th of July. And it worked really well in this book too, being gouache and all. We were in a beautiful park in Lethbridge, Alberta. I had this mini mixed palette. I don't have all these out to show you, but I have shown them in other videos. It's a little magnetic palette that was a gift from one of my generous Patreon supporters. If you aren't part of my Patreon group, check the link out below. There's some free tiers you can join, or $1 tiers up to $9 or $25 tiers. Anyway, we have fun over there. She sent me a gift, and I filled it with a bunch of different brands. My first mixed brand palette. And so this was playing with that palette. I'll link that mixed brand video in the corner up here and in the description box below in case you want to see that. Day 6, we were at the Calgary Zoo, and I was playing with both the Caran d'Ache and Daniel Smith gouache because I have them in the same palette, and I did a super quick sketch of a giraffe. Day 7, we were in Jasper National Park before it burnt to the ground, which brought so many tears to my eyes when I saw that, because we had just been there, and places we had parked next to, places we had visited, are gone. They're gone now, and I'm so grateful to have had this time in Jasper. This was my Alpha Color watercolor tempera paint I found at my grandma's house. It's probably very old, and we'll explore that again in a video on this channel later too, because I want to play with it. I want to see what it's like compared to Caran d'Ache gouache and maybe some other mediums. I have a set of Ohuhu acrylic markers that I need to review for Ohuhu. And I did this spread with those because I just couldn't wait. I wanted to try them immediately. You can see some are metallic. The Malign Lake Lodge burnt down, sadly. So I read. Moving on to day 9. This is Moose Lake in Alberta, Canada, using my Medici watercolors. I do have a video out on these Medici watercolors that I did during this trip. I'll link that in the corner in the description box below. They're super fun. They're a lot like the Kuretake paints, and I enjoyed them greatly. These were also the Medici watercolors, just a completely different color palette. From the same palette though. And you can tell that some days I didn't want to paint like an actual painting. I just did some scribbles and doodles. And I had a very generous gift sent to me of the 31 Purplefish watercolors, and I haven't gotten to do a proper painting with them, but I did get to play with them quite a bit in this book over the month. So I'm excited to explore those some more as well. I brought my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils with me because I haven't really gotten to use them at all since I received them in a Jazza art kit. And you can see I had a lot of fun with them. Then I brought out my core palette, the one that now has, what, 52 or 55 colors in it? I can't remember, but if I have enough links left, I'll put that in the corner as well and in the description box below. And that video is how someone knew to send me this beautiful watercolor. Thank you again. My favorite thing about this spread is the little bit of gold that I put in here. So I have the iridescent fine gold from Core in the palette, and I used a little bit of it. I decided I didn't have enough fun with my Core watercolors because what I was doing was just putting down a square of water and then dropping paint into the corners and letting it spread all on its own without touching it. And that's how you get these effects. And then this is just a fun mix of good colors. Day 15, I got out my mini magnetic mix palette that I told you about already and played with some more of the colors in that palette. Day 16, I have my A Gallo palette with me, thinking I would actually get to making that palette whole and complete because I have 4 or 5 new colors I'm supposed to put in it, but I didn't have time for that. I did, however, have time to pull it out and play with these fun colors. Day 17, my Viviva color sheets. I was so excited because about this time I was running out of steam for working on this book because using the same watercolor palette over and over in this book kinda gets boring. Don't tell anyone. However, when I kept finding new supplies to use, it was exciting again, and I realized I had some new supplies for Viviva color sheets, so I was excited to use this book again and play with those. And you can see how vibrant and pigmented those color sheets are. They are so fun, and the little kit that it comes with is also really fun. I am out of links in the corner, I know for sure now, so if you want to see that Viviva video where I play with those and get that little travel kit, I'll put that in the description box below. Look how pretty this one is. All right. Day 18, back to the Caran d'Ache gouache. I didn't want to do the individual squares, so I just painted over them with some fun designs. Day 19, I was kind of inspired by the Dana Fox book that I had with me. It's a coloring book, a watercolor coloring book, and decided to use my Daniel Smith gouache to do some colors and paint a mushroom. Day 20, my Da Vinci Charlie O. Shields palette. I was so excited to find yet another product in my tub of supplies I brought with me on the trip that I have not used in here yet. And so I decided to do these fun little things. I was tired of squares and circles, so we did little slashes and marks. I don't know what you call that, but it was fun. Day 21 is unlabeled, so who the heck knows? I have no idea what this paint is. However, I did video some of these, so maybe this one is videoed. Beats me. It's pretty though. It's different than just squares and circles with a little stripe through them, so I like that. Day 22, Da Vinci watercolor mixing. And you can see I actually labeled all of these, so that's kind of fun, and I got some good mixes. That one's particularly pretty. Day 23, buff titanium mixes. So this is that mini magnetic palette, I assume. Yep. Can tell by the colors here, and I mixed them some various colors with the buff titanium. This is a quick memory sketch of Montana Creek with my Caran d'Ache gouache. So just a super quick study. I was very late and just wanted to get something on the paper, but didn't really want to just do a mix of colors. I wanted to actually do some kind of sketch, but I did it very quickly. Day 25, I wanted to play with reds. I saw a bunch of stuff that day that was kind of all red, and it just inspired me that I wanted to play with all of my reds. So I did that with my Caran d'Ache and Daniel Smith gouache. And I really like this color here. Turned out to be a kind of coral look, and I believe that was my Daniel Smith red with my Daniel Smith yellow. Day 26, I got out my 31 Purple Fish watercolors again, and because of the name, Purple Fish, I decided to do color swatching with fish. And then just kind of a mess of spattering and blobs, which was fun. Day 27, I had some, what do you call that, paint goo left on my little mini magnet palette, and so I tried to pull all the paint off that into this little coloring session that I did here. And it's kind of neat because the palette colors that were left in the mixing areas turned out to be kind of pretty green grays. Really like it. And then I may have added some more color here. I can't quite remember, but you can see there's a little bit of shininess on that. So I wish I would have written down which color that was to figure out where the shiny came from, but I didn't. Too late now. Day 28, the Marie's Masters watercolors again, and this page really emphasizes how pigmented those Marie's Masters watercolors can be. So I am excited to do an actual real painting with those on real watercolor paper and see what I think of them. I'm hoping I'll like them. I kind of have a feeling I will. Day 29, Marie's Masters watercolors again. I was trying for some more unique mixes and then didn't know what to do in the big slot, so I kind of did this skeleton looking thing, which I like. Getting close to the end with day 30, my Charlie O'Shields Da Vinci palette again, and I was just trying to do some more loose, not mixes exactly, but like letting some colors touch together and see what happens. I was very gentle on myself this World Watercolor Month, knowing that with traveling and being with friends, I wouldn't really have a lot of time to do art. Last one, A Gallo watercolors. This time, I wanted to take the black that was in the set and mix the black with all the different colors, at least as many slots as I had here. So this is the black in Payne's Gray and Violet. You can see green, yellow, orange, green, different blue, blue, green, red, and so on. And that was really enjoyable. That's a pretty interesting black. Definitely looks granulating or flocculating to me. So it was fun to see these mixes. And then I was going to continue on with these, you know, day 32, day 33, and so on. But when I got home and got to hang out with the family and just be back with my people, I brought this in that night from the camp trailer, but I didn't touch it. And now it's August, I don't know what it is, August 6th, and I still haven't touched it, but I will go ahead and finish up. I think there's 20 more pages in here, but now that I'm home and I completely ran out of new supplies to try in here while I was on the trip, I'm home and have all my supplies. It will be fun to dig back into this because it's fun to try new stuff in here, not just keep trying the same palette over and over. That got kind of boring. So I'm glad I brought so many supplies with me to keep me going on this, but towards the end it was kind of rehashing all the same old, same old. So I was trying to make it interesting for myself, but that's the best I could do. And I have this lovely bag to commemorate the month. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to find out who sent this and the other. I guess I don't have to find out. I'm just gonna thank you right now. Appreciate your generosity and your kind heart. That's so sweet. They are cherished gifts. All right, I'm excited to be home back in my studio where I have space and any supply that I could ever want. At least that's what it feels like. And we still have so many new supplies to try from all of my previous art hauls. We are not gonna get bored around here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Go join us! Okay. Oh, wow, wow. You made it, though. Where did he go? What do you think, Jack? Do you want to jump on trampoline? He doesn't know what to say.